This is a review of Pilot V5 Hi-Techpoint with Cartridge System. It's made by Pilot Japan and imported by Luxor Pens in India. We have the blue and black pen in for review today. I've also seen a red and green pen in the non-cartridge version. Yep, there is a non-cartridge version, a use and throw version, which is not refillable but a bit cheaper. Now we have this cartridge version, which is a much better version as we can refill and reuse the pen. As you can see, this pen has a matte finish and it is a broad pen to hold. This one may not be an easy one to hold in a small hand, but a majority of you will like the hold and the wide body. The cap has a solid clicking mechanism. Let's hear it click. That is a good affirmative sound. You can open the plastic body to see the cartridge and can easily replace it. There is a unique see-through ink tank to visually see the ink level. You can buy an additional cartridge once you see the tank is almost empty. The pen offers a plain grip. There is no fancy rubber grip or any grooves or patterns to fill the grip. If you're someone who prefers a different texture to fill your grip, this may feel too bland. This pen and some of the other pens from Pilot Corporation are famous for unique 3-dimple tip technology which gives a frictionless clean writing. It has a pure liquid ink and definitely helps in skip-free writing. This gives dark black solid ink. The needle tip does not create any friction. One can write fast with minimal pressure. If you had to bring only one pen to your school or office, you can't bring one which skips ink or is messy and unreliable. This one definitely feels very reliable with smooth ink flowing continuously irrespective of the paper quality or writing style. There are very few ballpoint pens that allow smooth writing, hence my preference is always to go with this type of roller pen. Even a slight touch of the needle to the paper helps you write. It definitely produces crisp lines. Those of you who draw will like this pen, but do consider feathering, which I'll talk about a bit later in the video. Even if you're drawing, the pressure required is minimal. The impact of writing with Pilot V5 is negligible on the back side of the page or the next page. This makes your writing look clean and professional. Some of you may prefer to hold the pen wide, which means grip it much above the usual hold. There are very few pens that work without skipping in this type of hold. This pen is a must-have for you. It feels just as smooth and effortless in wide hold. Now let's quickly run a smudge test and highlight test. As this is a liquid ink, the result of the smudge test is as expected. This definitely does not dry immediately. As I roll my finger across the words, the ink spreads quickly. And the highlight test result is no different. The highlighter will spread the ink and even pick up the ink if used immediately. So I suggest not to highlight immediately after writing. When you draw using pens, you may sometimes want to scratch some faint lines before committing. This is feathering. Feathering is not a forte for liquid ink pens. I think ball pens are best for feathering, but this one is a liquid ink based pen. This pen can't get those faint feathering lines. This pen is so smooth that when you draw a line, you better be sure about doing that. To sum things up, this is a pretty good pen due to its smoothness. There are some downsides, like there is no grip. It takes a few seconds for the ink to dry. But hey, at 50 rupees, I don't think there are many reliable options out there. As you can see, this pen can leave traces on the back side of the page when the paper quality is not that great. Otherwise, this pen will give you an effortless writing experience. So don't think twice before getting this one. I've left the links to buy this pen in the description below, so check those out. Cheers!